I don't, this isn't really a question for the panel, but I think S-656 is a very important bill. It's the one that allows the waiver of the time lap for commercial driver's licenses. We desperately need commercial drivers, and we've got veterans who have that skill. They've learned it in the military, and we ought to be able to expedite that process. You're nodding. Can you say yes, so it'll be in the record?
Yes,
Yes, Senator King, you're absolutely right.
Yes, Senator King, you're absolutely right. And DAV fully supports this because we know that is removing another barrier for service-disabled veterans into employment.
Right, and it's an area of the economy where we need work, where we need commercial drivers.
Correct. I believe they said there was over 80,000 commercial drivers that are a shortage of that many commercial drivers in the country right now. So this is a way to get veterans into needed employment in a very quick way.
Well, let me broaden the question a little bit. One of the things that's always bothered me is that people learn tremendous skills in the military, and then they come out and they have to go through an entirely new licensing, apprenticeship, delay program. Talk to me about that. Is that something we should be addressing? I realize it's many times it's a state issue, but if somebody has electronic skills in the military and then they have to go through a lengthy process of relicensing that's expensive and time-consuming, I've never thought that made a lot of sense. Tammy, you've got your finger on
the buzzer. Thank you, Senator King. Along the lines you had mentioned electronics and looking at cybersecurity. That's why SBA supports the expansion and the improvement of the VA Vet Tech program. This is a program that VA had established for 5 years, and a GA report came out in the fall and found it was successful in placing veterans in that type of employment by them using their post-9/11 GI Bill monies to go towards certifications in those types of jobs. There is a bill at the House, and we just testified on it last month, so we're excited.
But it hasn't been introduced over here?
Not that I'm aware of, but we would
supply a copy to my office?
We would love to work with your office. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments on the more general question of military skills being transferred into the private sector?
Yes, Senator. DAV, we have a resolution and we support finding a way to reduce or remove some of those certification requirements for a skill earned in the military. Now you got to go through that process in the civilian sector. And a few just real quick examples, HVAC, electricians, plumbers, people who've learned that and did those skills in the military can't go out and get a job unless they get recertified, go through an apprenticeship, and we're slowing down.
It can take several years.
Right. When they should be ready for that job the minute they're out, because I've seen some of the setups people did when I was in the Marine Corps, and I would want those people doing the electricity in my house. So.
Thank you. You know about the lawyer that had a plumbing problem in his basement? The plumber came and repaired it, handed him the bill. The lawyer said, "I can't afford this." The plumber said, "I couldn't either when I was a lawyer." That's all, Mr. Chairman.
I don't know, Senator King, if you know anybody in the Armed Services Committee, but it may be an issue of credentialing that some of the fine members on the Armed Services Committee could take up to have the Defense Department.
I know a guy.
You do know a guy? Good.
Thank you.
I think, by the way, your points are spot on. I think we have traditionally undervalued the experience and the people have in the military and say, well, it just doesn't apply to the private sector, which is total BS, and you know that. And the folks at this panel know that too. That's exactly right. And truck drivers are an interesting situation. I want to thank the VA